Hi guys, so I went ahead and searched all over YouTube looking for the Bed Bath & Beyond bulls, see if they were really excited. I mean, they might be on subreddits, they might just be typing away and or doing some homework on what, the dilution might mean for them. Me personally, what's really embarrassing for these guys is, there's guys out here who give out DD and information, like factual things, and then there's guys out there that just give you hope, and then they're making bets off the hope, and that's just crazy to me. But me personally, I've always given you guys the truth. It sucks. It sucks when things like this happen for investors who don't understand what private equity actually means. To give an example, guys, when the company goes public, that means that they plan on asking the public for money. Private equity is a group of hedge funds that sit on the side and wait to buy things at a very low price. And the way they do that is they manufacture outcomes and they manipulate these outcomes. So when I look at Bed Bath & Beyond, I had already looked into the board of directors, the leadership, the individuals that are actually giving them advice on how to go about this. So when you see a reverse stock split or when you see warrants being offered for fractions of this company, they're literally willing to give it all away because the plan is to file for bankruptcy. And Bed Bath & Beyond positioned themselves this way last year when they started hiring individuals for bankruptcy. And it's made that way, right? So they're going to find value in their assets. They're going to try to pump out as much liquidity out of the stock as they can because they're going to do a share offering via the public. That's how it works when you dilute this way. So asking for a reverse stock split, that just means they want to give you a little bit more dollars because it's hard to pull pennies out of $1, but it's very easy to pull a couple of dollars out of a trumped up stock. So you ask yourself why the stock's been barcoding, right? You ask yourself why there's no liquidity there and why it's just going up and down on this algo, but the algos get triggered the minute they say they're going to reverse stock split, and it starts plummeting. And you think, who's selling off in the final hour? Well, I'll tell you what, guys. It doesn't matter who buys the shares. It doesn't matter who owns the warrants. It doesn't matter about any of that because the company makes no money. It literally makes $0. It's a cash burn. It's a pump and dump for private equity. Now, when private equity does sweep in with their checkbook, they're not going to pay millions and billions, guys. And it wouldn't matter because if you're a shareholder, you're not going to make any money. When this reverse stock splits, you have a couple of options. In the first week or two, you might see a little bit of pumps. You might be able to play the top and the bottom of it. But you're not going to get back the value that you paid for your shares. There's not a single person that is going to get $5 a share, $4 a share. It's not going that way. It can't. It's physically impossible. And we know this because we watch stock markets, right? Like, I'll give you this example, guys. I had somebody write in the DMs right now, you're gonna regret it when Bed Bath & Beyond moons next week. And it's like, what's a moon? A moonshot is what exactly right now? Even if it went up 100%, you're at $1.50. You're at $1.60. That's not gonna stop anyone from getting back in and back out fast enough. You will never recover the losses that you didn't take. And the next part about that is it's a life lesson because AMC, if all these guys who are in Bed Bath & Beyond, oh, I don't pay attention to AMC, I don't care, I know it's a shit company. It's not that. This is why we study stocks. What AMC is a life lesson as well because you saw what happened to Ape and you saw what happened to the shares of AMC. When you dilute to an infinite amount, there's no recovery for anyone. You're now going to be playing these penny battles and there's no value for the company. The part about there's no fundamentals, no one that they hired, okay? No one that they hired in this company has the acumen to recover and rebuild a brand. None of them. What they literally do, every single one, I don't care if it's Sue, if it's Carol, if it's David, all these people that are in the company, and you know who they are, guys, for all you guys who know what Bed Bath & Beyond is. Those senior individuals were all hired because they've gone through leverage buyouts. They've gone through the bankruptcy part of it. So to find value in a brand and value in whoever owns the stock, the individuals who own these shares are those advising companies, advising hedge funds. Who is Macellum? Who is Ancora? And who is Elysian Partners? They own a majority of these shares, along with the guys who are picketing the fence back and forth. But as far as retail goes, you guys who own it, you guys are following individuals on live, on YouTube and on Reddit that buy call contracts, that are looking for a pop in the price just to make some money. They don't care about the company. And maybe you don't either. But do you understand that you better care about a company that's about to file for bankruptcy? They were one heartbeat away from bankruptcy, guys. Do you know why they didn't go bankrupt? Do you know why they were saved? To get more money out of you. It's a play. They could have been bought out yesterday. They could have been bought out last month, and it didn't happen. And the reason why it doesn't happen, it's not because it's speculative to keep it going, as in to keep this company alive. No, it didn't happen because there's still money on the books. When all the assets are burned off, when everything's done. Guys, you didn't see the letter? I was on the subreddit for Bed Bath & Beyond, and they had a letter from a store manager of Harmon. And she said, "Thank you so much, Sue, for your failed leadership, to just close us down with no explanation." It's heartbreaking, guys. They have hundreds of employees at every store, and it's not about being better business. They didn't even try to cut the business down. They didn't even try to say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and close this off. We're going to, you know, Harmon, we're going to just keep open the stores that make money. They didn't even go that way to scrub the list. They closed it completely off. They're closing off arteries, and you expect them to live. And more so, you expect them to run. No way. There's not enough oxygen left in this stock to let it run as high as you think it can, because everyone has their hands in it. As far as who holds the warrants and who's going to, guys, I tell you right now, they hold more shares. If they didn't sell them, they hold more shares than what you want. They're at 200 million shares. Hudson Bay is, as far as what the warrants are worth. And they all get triggered at this point because everything's below $1. So I ask you guys, if they didn't sell, how is that going to be bullish? What are you guys worried? Like, who the hell is trying to see what happens next? You want to buy it for 85 cents? All right, check it out, guys. I'm going to say this again because I said it last week and I said it last month. And the guys out here who think they know everything about this stock, who don't understand the stock market, who don't understand splits and bankruptcy and you know, private equity and leverage buyouts, there's guys out here who study this shit every day, who tell you exactly what's happening, but those guys, they don't want to hear it. They want to see it. Okay, so you've been told the stove is hot, but you don't believe it, so what are you going to do? You're going to put your whole ass on it till it burns off. That's on you. You're going to lose every dollar you put in, guys. I said this to AMC 2 years ago, and I could never be more right. And right now, I'm telling you, literally, you are going to lose every dollar you put into Bed Bath & Beyond. It's going to cost you everything. And maybe you guys have a lot to lose. I don't. Not when money's this dry. Peace.